Hello. In the modern world, where every noise competes for dominance, where haste becomes the norm, and display is almost a necessary condition for survival, have you ever wondered? Are we losing something in the process? Perhaps, amidst the whirlwind of things we must do, must prove, must show, we are neglecting an invaluable treasure, the power of silence. Silence is not an escape. Silence is a quiet declaration that I am enough, even without the need to prove it. I am strong, even without the need to be seen. I am growing, even if the world outside hasn't noticed yet. Today, I invite you to join me on a journey to rediscover this quiet but unyielding strength. A journey that doesn't require applause, doesn't need the spotlight, but can change your life from the roots up. Together, we will go through moments of solitude, silent hours, patient days, and even the monumental shifts no one notices. A challenging journey, but also the only journey truly worth taking. Are you ready? If your heart is gently nodding, then let's begin. There is a truth that no one teaches us in school. Silence is the only environment where truly great things can be born. Imagine this. A seed needs the darkness of the earth to sprout. A child grows in the womb, a place of complete silence. A great idea begins to blossom in the quiet moment of the mind. Life begins in silence. And so does your rebirth. In a world flooded with noise, where everyone competes to speak, to show, to vie for attention, choosing silence is not easy. It is an act of courage. A deliberate and purposeful choice. Silence is not weakness, silence is power. There are those who talk a lot, but leave nothing behind but empty echoes. And then there are those who speak little, but each word, each action, carries an undeniable weight. Which person do you want to become? Silence is not helplessness. It is self-mastery. It is the ability to suppress the need to be seen, be recognized, to focus entirely on inner strength. In silence, you are no longer governed by the desire to impress. You become true to yourself. You face both the light and dark parts of your soul. You accept, heal, and grow. Silence is where the ego is dissolved. Silence is where the soul is freed. Silence is where the greatest things begin. Eliminate the distractions, clean the corridors of your mind. If your mind were a house, take a moment to look around. Are you living in a neat, cozy home, or a chaotic battlefield filled with the debris of distractions? No true inner growth can take place in chaos. To move forward, you must eliminate. You must purify. You must ruthlessly cut away the things that distract you. Negative news that leaves you unsettled. Toxic relationships that pull you down. Unconscious habits that waste your precious time. You cannot carry everything on this journey. You must be gentle, streamlined, selective. Make your life simple, to the point of purity. Like a sculptor who doesn't add but removes layer after layer of rubble to reveal the magnificent statue inside, so too must you. Each time you refuse a meaningless conversation. Each time you turn off an annoying notification. Each time you choose to sit alone rather than rush out to find something to fill the void. You are getting closer to your purest self. Elimination is not loss. Elimination is liberation. When you stop being busy doing everything, that's when you truly start doing what matters. Discipline leads to success, a quiet flame that lights up the entire sky. When we were children, we often thought that success came from sparkling moments, a great discovery, a spectacular performance, a dramatic comeback on the stage of life. But as we grow older, we realize true success is not the result of a dazzling moment. Success is the result of thousands of hours of patience, persistence, and quiet discipline. Discipline, a simple word, but heavy with meaning. Not the cold, imposed discipline from the outside, but self-discipline. Discipline born from love for oneself. Discipline born from respect for the dream you pursue. Discipline born from commitment that no one witnesses, no one cheers for, yet stands firm like a rock in the middle of the ocean. Discipline is the bridge that connects you to your best self. Everyone wants success. But only those who dare to accept the boredom of discipline, the monotonous repetition of small actions every day, can cross that bridge. When you wake up early each day to practice, while others are still asleep. When you read one more page, write one more line, perfect one more skill. When you patiently fix tiny mistakes that no one cares about. No one sees. No one claps. No one praises. But those anonymous actions, accumulated over time, will become an unstoppable force. Discipline is the ultimate freedom. Discipline is the quiet declaration. I believe in myself, even when the world does not. Change happens in silence. The greatest universe unfolds in silence. There is a paradox of life that only those who truly live slowly can recognize. The greatest, most profound changes often happen in silence. Look at nature. A spring doesn't need fireworks to announce its blooming. A river doesn't need to preach to prove that it is carving deep into the earth, creating majestic canyons. A truly mature person doesn't need to shout to the world that they have changed. True change doesn't require a performance. True change doesn't need to show off. True change is something so weighty in itself that it doesn't need an explanation. Don't rush to boast. Be patient and grow. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to see if it has sprouted. You simply care for it, trust, and patiently wait. The journey of inner growth is the same. There's no need to rush to boast about each small step. There's no need to impatiently seek recognition from others. Let the results speak for themselves. Let silence be the backdrop for the true resonance. You'll be surprised when, one day, those who once doubted you, who once ignored you, will turn around, amazed at the silent maturity you've built in the dark. Accepting yourself, the journey of unconditional self-love. In a world that is always loud, urging you to change, to be perfect, to prove your worth through the eyes of others. Accepting yourself is a quiet yet profound revolution. It's not acceptance in the sense of giving up or compromising. It's not about indulging every limit you have. It is acceptance with all honesty and love. Seeing your flaws, but not despising yourself. Seeing your imperfections, but still appreciating yourself. Seeing your differences, but not forcing yourself to become someone else. Self-acceptance is the foundation of all true growth. You can't build a sturdy house on a shaky foundation. Similarly, you can't truly grow if, deep down, you are still rejecting yourself. Every day, the world will give you a list of standards. You must look this way. You must achieve that. You must please others. But you have the right to refuse. You have the right not to race. You have the right to trust your own rhythm. Because maturity is not the journey of changing to fit the world. Maturity is the journey of discovering and expressing your true self, regardless of imposed expectations. Be yourself, rough, sincere, imperfect, but a version that is vibrant and full of life. Never stop improving. Quiet persistence creates miracles. Self-acceptance does not mean stopping. Self-acceptance is the starting point for a continuous journey of improvement, but with love, not self-denial. Understand this. You are wonderful right now. But you can also become even more wonderful. Progress doesn't come from dramatic leaps, but from small steps taken consistently every day. A good habit maintained for one more day. A small limit reached and surpassed. An old skill sharpened just a little more. No noise. No grand gestures. Just you, better than the person you were yesterday. Every small step forward is a declaration to yourself. When you persist in improving yourself, despite the temptations of distraction, you are silently sending a powerful message. I respect myself. I trust this journey. I don't need to show off to know that I'm moving forward. Silent progress is the most sustainable progress. The ultimate winner is not the one who breaks through the fastest, but the one who never stops moving. Establishing internal value instead of seeking external validation, the power of freedom without consensus. Throughout the journey of growth, one of the most crucial turning points is discovering your own value, and this can only happen when you let go of the thirst for recognition from others. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of recognition. We live in a world where every success, every step, every effort is evaluated through the eyes of others. Admiration, praise, even likes on social media, we are so familiar with these external signs to measure our worth. But have you ever considered that we don't need to share every achievement to feel valuable? You don't have to wait for recognition to know that you're on the right path. Self-assess, not from the reflection of others. We often have a tendency to look at others to determine our own position. What do they do? What do they have? How much have they achieved? And ask ourselves, am I missing something? The truth is, you're not missing anything. Because you already have everything you need within you. Your worth doesn't need to be proven by any external expression. Your worth is your presence, your sincerity, the energy you radiate into the world. Imagine living in a world without any recognition. No applause, no acknowledgement, no external signs proving you're doing well. Only you, with your work, actions, and heart. Would you continue moving forward? Would you feel complete, even if no one said a word of praise? If the answer is yes, you found the greatest strength that no one can take away, your intrinsic value. Actions speak for themselves, results are the true affirmation. Have you ever wondered why truly successful people, those with deep influence, rarely need to boast about their achievements? They understand that results are the most powerful words. No need to always prove, no need to say a word. Just act, and the results will speak for themselves. Those who achieve great things are often not the ones who talk the most, but the ones who do the most. Your actions are the clearest evidence of growth. When you focus on doing what's right, all attention will naturally turn to you without any need for showboating. You'll notice the results starting to take shape, the progress becoming apparent, even without an explanation. Look at scientists, artists, entrepreneurs. They don't need to recount their work every day. They just work and let their work speak for them. Actions are where truth reveals itself most clearly. Results are not only a sign that you've worked hard, but irrefutable evidence of your abilities and true growth. So, don't worry about words or the staring eyes of others. Just focus on action, and the final results will say it all. Commitment to the process, perseverance, and belief in the long journey. One of the hardest things when starting any journey is being patient with the process. Instant results, quick changes are always tempting, but in reality, very few things of value come immediately. Remember that the process is not a short path, but a long journey. You won't see results right away. You won't see yourself growing overnight, nor will you see success after just a few steps. But it is in these moments that belief in the process will keep you going. The process is where miracles happen every day. Many give up halfway because they can't see immediate results. But in reality, every great change begins with those dull, rainy days, the days when you feel like nothing is different, yet seeds are being sown deep within the soil. Believe in the process, even if it's slow. Be patient with yourself, even if there are no signs yet. In the end, you will see that the results are worth your perseverance. In the modern world, where we are constantly surrounded by noise, images, and endless attention from the outside, loneliness seems to be something to fear. We don't want to face the quiet spaces in our minds because we fear that within them, we will feel empty, lacking. But in reality, loneliness is not lack. Loneliness, if used properly, is an opportunity to find clarity in the soul, to reorient your life, and even to connect more deeply with yourself. Loneliness is not isolation. There are times in life when everything around you seems fine, but inside, you feel lost. At that point, you may ask yourself, why do I feel lacking when everything around me is full? The answer is often, you've been too busy with relationships, with external images, and you've forgotten to connect with yourself. You've forgotten the most important relationship in your life, the relationship with yourself. Positive solitude is not the absence of people around you. It's not simple isolation. Positive solitude is when you intentionally seek out quiet spaces, moments when you can stop, pause everything, and listen to yourself. This is the time when you make friends with yourself, reflect, and regenerate energy. It's in these quiet moments that you begin to understand yourself better, and the things that really matter in life. Silence is where creativity is born. When you take time for yourself in quiet spaces, you don't just understand your thoughts and feelings. You begin to realize that creativity doesn't come from loud breakthroughs but from those silent moments. Great creators, from writers, artists, scientists, to social innovators, all have moments of positive solitude in their creative processes. When you enter solitude, you can hear ideas that have never been heard within you. You can connect the dots, see issues from new perspectives, and expand your vision of yourself and the world around you. Loneliness is an opportunity to reflect and redefine your goals. One of the deepest benefits of loneliness is the ability to reflect on yourself. When you stop running with the busy flow of life, you can take time to ask yourself important questions such as, what truly matters to me? Am I living in alignment with my values? Are my goals still in tune with who I am, or am I just chasing what society defines as success? The moments of solitude allow you to answer these questions truthfully. You don't need to please anyone else, because only you can provide the most accurate answers for yourself. And when you can redefine your goals and values, you will feel lighter than ever. You no longer have to live according to the expectations or impositions from the outside. You will have the freedom to live as your true self. In a world that never stops moving, loneliness is not something to fear. In fact, it is a precious gift that allows you to stop, find yourself again, and continue your journey of growth from a place of clarity and renewed energy. Don't be afraid of those moments when you have to face yourself. Embrace them, for in loneliness, you will find the true meaning of life, a powerful inner strength that no external praise can match. Only when you can love and understand yourself will you be able to truly connect with the world around you. Start by giving yourself positive moments of solitude every day. You will be amazed at how, within them, you find endless inspiration to continue your journey of growth and create positive changes in your life. True change happens in silence, steps that don't need applause. We often wish to see immediate results, wanting everything to be clear, measurable, and always recognized. In a fast-paced and noisy world, we get caught up in the endless race, and sometimes forget that true change never happens with fanfare. Instead, deep and valuable changes often happen in silence, changes that no one sees, no one applauds, but are the most powerful changes. We don't need praise to change. True change doesn't require recognition. Deep and lasting changes don't necessarily need to be illuminated by stage lights or praised by others. On the contrary, the quiet steps in the dark are the ones that bring about the biggest and most enduring transformations. Those times you wake up early, without anyone noticing. Those times you choose to work harder, even when no one encourages you. Those moments when you take a step back to listen to yourself and find clarity in your soul. None of these are seen by others, but it is these silent actions that plant the seeds for powerful changes in your life. Change doesn't have to be loud, but it's always effective. In the process of growth, we often see grand achievements being flaunted, praise given to the standout people. But behind it, have you ever noticed that the greatest changes often don't need applause? Look at the growth of a tree. Initially, it is a tiny seed buried in the ground. No one sees the process of it growing day by day. But gradually, the tree begins to rise from the soil, quietly growing without any welcome or praise. And one day, when the tree has matured, we realize it has become a solid, towering tree, even though no one saw its first steps. Similarly, the changes in your life. They may begin with small steps, quiet efforts, but one day, you will look back and see that you've matured, having passed through important milestones without needing any applause. True change begins from within. Change never comes from the outside. It starts with you, with the decisions and actions you make each day, even the smallest ones. True change is about adjusting yourself, finding inner balance, and persevering with your journey, even when no one is watching. That's why major changes, long strides, don't have to be loud. They come from within your soul, from those moments when you are alone, from the times you reflect and work on improving yourself. And when you truly understand that change starts from within, you will no longer be concerned with the outside world's judgments. You will know that the most important thing is that you are becoming a better version of yourself every day, even if no one recognizes it. Don't seek recognition, just change. In the end, true change doesn't need the recognition of others. Those small, silent steps, full of meaning, are what make a massive difference in your life. You don't need to wait until everyone sees your progress to feel valuable, because the value truly lies in the process you've gone through. So, keep changing, keep improving, even if no one sees it, even if no one praises you. Only you know that you are moving forward, becoming better each day. True change starts from within you and will never need applause from others to become strong. Trust your journey, because it is something no one can take away from you.